How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here, and in this video I'm going to be doing a quick breakdown of the natural gas report, looking at specific numbers and giving you guys my opinions on UGAZ and DGAZ and kind of my thoughts and plans around these two leveraged ETNs moving forward here in the short term. And I also want to share with you all some weather that could definitely impact the price of natural gas here in the short term, thus moving UGAZ and DGAZ in whichever directions those move, which open up opportunities for us traders to capitalize on and thus make money. So if you guys enjoyed this video, simply go down below, hit that like button, and consider subscribing if you want to see further content from me. And I want to let you guys know about this awesome promotion Webull is running right now, where if you sign up using my affiliate link down below and deposit $100, you actually get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400, which is insane. So go take advantage of that free money. That is linked down below. And without further ado, guys, let's get into the video and break down the natural gas report. So before we actually get into the natural gas report numbers, let's take a look at some quick technicals on the futures that I'm watching now. And what I'm watching now are the February contract futures, as you guys can see here, which is ticker symbol /NGG20. So this is what I'm currently watching, and we can clearly see, guys, it is still downtrending over the past 3 weeks, which is what this 20-day 1-hour chart pretty much shows here. We've gone from 249 all the way down to 208, which was actually this morning around 4 to 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and from there we've rallied back up. We tried breaking above that 50 SMA, we retested it, but ultimately it seems like we got rejected there at 215. Now we're holding around 212, which does happen to be a support from these past couple of days. Actually, really just the past 48 hours since the beginning of yesterday, the 2nd of January. And you guys are watching this video rather, on Saturday, and I am filming this on Friday. Just a forewarning for you guys out there, which it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because I don't think much is going to change here in terms of these technicals in the next 24 hours. But the fact that we are holding 212, that's a good sign here that we could fill back up to the 50 SMA and maybe break up above there to fill up to 220. But we'll talk about that in a little bit here after we go over the natural gas report numbers, which we're going to do right now. So you guys can see this is what ended up happening. If you look at this one little number here, 58, or rather should I say negative 58. So we had a 58 billion cubic feet withdrawal of natural gas from the previous week, and you guys can see here the previous week we had a stock of around 3250 BCF, and then from there we went to 3192, which is a 58 BCF withdrawal. That's the net change there, 58, right? And we can see based on the different regions here on the east, we had a 25 BCF withdrawal. In the Midwest, we had an 18 BCF withdrawal. In the mountain region, we had a 4 BCF withdrawal. In the Pacific region, we had a 9 BCF withdrawal. In the South Central region, we had a 1 BCF withdrawal. Salt, we had a 4 BCF injection. Non-salt, we had a 6 BCF withdrawal, bringing us back to that total number of negative 58, or a 58 BCF withdrawal. So you guys can see, based on the demand across the regions right now, the East is stimulating the most demand in terms of the week over week change. And if we look down here to see how the stocks are comparing to previous years and the 5-year historical average, you guys can see stocks were 484 BCF higher than last year at this time, and 38 BCF below the 5-year average of 3230 BCF. So I've mentioned in these videos in the past, and it's kind of been the story of this year with natural gas, that production is extremely high and we have mild weather, which is not stimulating the demand, excuse me guys, which is why these prices have been down. It makes sense, right? We have so much more production than we had last year, and if you guys remember what really happened to natural gas gas last year, we saw a massive pop. We had a cold winter, not enough production, ridiculous demand, and the price went soaring, which is why UGAZ was doing ridiculously well a year ago today, pretty much. Well, a year ago during this time period of the winter. So comparing these numbers to the analysts, Bloomberg was expecting a 63 BCF withdrawal with predictions ranging from minus 44 BCF to minus 76 BCF. Reuters analysts estimate a consensus 57 BCF pull with forecasts from minus 25 BCF to minus 70 BCF. NGI's model predicted a withdrawal of 49 BCF. So overall, based on these different analysts, different predictions, we were pretty much right in, I guess you can say, the middle of these ranges. The low range being a 25 BCF withdrawal, the high range being around a 75 BCF withdrawal. We came in right around there at 58 to be exact, right around that 55 range, which again puts us in the middle of that level. So if we go back to natural gas very quickly to this daily chart before we do talk about some weather, let's take a look at how this price action reacted to that report. I believe it came out right here, 10:30 a.m. We can see it went from 212 up to around 216. So that was actually a bullish move of around 1.5%, where if we go back to that hourly chart, that is where we made that move. Boom, we made that move. We tried breaking out, but we failed. Now, what I'm looking for is, if we make that move again, I think there is some short-term potential here in natural gas back up to this maybe 218 level and maybe even back up to the 220 level, being that really notorious resistance level on this hourly chart, that 180 SMA, right? I think that's possible here in the short term, but with mild weather coming, and I've seen some models here that show the first half of January being really mild and before we start getting some cold shots. I think any strength that we see here, I'm willing to buy DGAZ. I'm willing to buy DGAZ because I do expect any strength we see, I think it's ultimately going to pull down further, maybe back down to 210, maybe back down to 208, due to this mild weather that we're going to see in these next 2 weeks, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking here on natural gas in less than a minute. And if we go here in terms of that breakdown, less than a minute, if we go here to UGAZ, we can see, sure, there is some short-term potential up to that 50 SMA, maybe up to that 180 SMA of around, let's say, 12% to the high end, maybe 5% to the low end, but overall it's still downtrending, guys, and the fundamentals do not lie. The weather is what's going to move these prices. It's what's going to stimulate the demand, and if the weather is still mild, the weather is still warm, this thing, which in terms of DGAZ, ticker symbol DGAZ, it should keep going up. And any weakness I see in DGAZ, I'm going to consider buying at this point in time. And that's just the way the fundamentals are pointing at this moment. So we can see DGAZ is at a resistance now. It's at about 197. This could be a potential dip buy. Am I buying it right now? Nope. I'm going to wait until next week to see what ends up happening with these two. But let's talk about that weather that I was talking to you guys about a minute ago to see some specifics that really could fluctuate natural gas down more and thus popping DGAZ to levels in the 200s, 220s, maybe even higher. So we can see here January 3rd through the 9th, we could expect an active pattern over the next week, although still with lighter than normal demand into early next week as weather systems bring rain and snow, but with only modest cooling. Out ahead of and in between systems, conditions will be quite mild with highs of 40s to 70s, warmest across the southern U.S. and up the mid-Atlantic coast. As far as timing of weather systems, one system will push into the central U.S. the next couple of days, then track into east and southeast this weekend. A second colder system will push into the Midwest and Northeast mid-next week with lows of 10s to 30s, just not widespread. The West will see a mix of weather systems and mild breaks. So overall, guys, you can see based on these next couple of days, this next week, you guys can see mild weather is pretty much coming throughout the United States. And this is why, again, it's reiterating my point that I'm still on the DGAZ side at this point until the overall trend on natural gas breaks. So overall, guys, that's pretty much it. Don't fight the trend. That's something that I preach on this channel. If something is continuously going down, don't just buy hoping that it's going to go back up. At least that's my opinion. You have to wait until you see a 100% confirmation to the upside before buying. And at this point with natural gas, for me to even consider a full-on reversal, I'd need to see a breakout of 230 back into the 240 range at this point, guys, which is going to be putting us above that 180 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. And until then, I'm going to be on DGAZ's side, and I'd love to know what you guys have to think about that. So overall, that is it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, feel free to go down below and hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you want to see further content from me, and don't forget 2 free stocks from Webull valued up to $1,400 if you use my affiliate link, which is down below, and simply deposit $100. And I really do appreciate it if you guys do use that link. Just know it supports me directly, supports the channel, and all of the content that I'm putting out here for you guys absolutely for free. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Peace out.